All right, welcome back to DreamHack Open Summer 2014. This is another deciding match. Lillekanin sadly just lost to Nerox in the winner's match, but down here in the loser's match, he's got another chance to come back into it. But this time, it's a TvT. Spawning here in the top left corner of the map from Darkstar, it is Bloop. I like this name. I don't know.
Bottom right, as the green Terran, it is Lillekanin.
And I apologize for not having bets up for this, guys, but I did fix the bot, so you don't have to worry about, you'll still earn points and stuff. There's just no bets on this series, because I couldn't get it done in time, so my apologies to you all. But sit back, relax, and enjoy, because we just saw a really weird game out of Lillekanin, a really weird series. For those who missed it during the break, we kind of discussed how Nerox had reached out to him and said, hey, by the way, I totally watched like all your show matches and stuff. I knew what your builds are going to be, and that's why he held it off so nicely. So, A, props to Nerox, but B, Lillekanin obviously needs to change it up a little bit. His TvT, though, he does some really cool things. His teammate Revenge fought against him a little while ago, Go for StarCraft. You guys may remember this from the semifinals, where Lillekanin did a proxy marauder in base. Not something you see too often.
I think we just got our last sub that we need.
Oh, did we? Jesus, I'm so busy tabbing in and doing all these things. What's this? Fetch Boris. Ooh. That means during the downtime after this game, we'll do a giveaway for you all. Woo!
Yay.
Woo!
Number one! Okay.
America! Wait, I'm Canadian. Shite. Alright.
Number two.
Yeah! As far as TvT goes, and Zombie Gub, you could probably speak to the testament of this. I mean, we're seeing a lot of 1-1-1 builds lately that are just making these go from the classic, like, 40-minute Marine tank matches to, like, the 12-minute, oops, you didn't have a wall off, you lose sort of games.
You done goofed, son. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's just been so common. And what the 1-1-1 we're talking about, usually you always do a 1-1-1, but it's usually linked up to Banshees. Well, now everyone is just throwing in either every game or once every series at the very least, the Marine Hellion with the medevac. It's very, very powerful, and it requires very precise decision making to actually like stop it. It seems to be that you either stop it fully or you die completely. There's not been many in-betweens that we've seen.
You live long enough to be a hero, or you die the villain? Is that the hashtag Batman? Alright, so what Lillekanin's done, my bad jokes aside, with his wall off, he stops this from being a threat. If if Bloop was going to go for Hellions, you can't run them up the ramp anymore. You have to rely on the elevator tactic, but with the barracks going in the low ground, are we really going to see a similar build? Oh no, he's actually practicing Starport.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, Marauder Hellion doesn't work.
I think this is just going to be Hellion's elevator to the main, quite frankly. I don't imagine there's going to be a whole lot more behind that.
Why the barracks on the low ground?
Oh, I messed up the quote. Yeah, I don't know, the barracks on the low ground is a bit odd to see. But the Hellions will come across the map, and the thing that's so great about this, guys, is you build the medevac first, great, okay, cool, whatever. Then you can throw the tech lab on, you can follow up with Banshees. And while the Hellions are running havoc in the main, they don't really think about getting a anti-Banshee defense to follow it up. There's not going to be the Raven, there's not going to be the Engineering Bay coming down. We'll see how this goes. And it is the medevac coming first out of Lillekanin. It's like I've seen this guy play before or something.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I know, it's just
psychic.
So ghosty.
Interesting to note, Bloop does not know where Lillekanin is. He's trying to scout out with some Marines, so you're not going to know there's a proxy, but he has no information to even tell him that something weird is going on. Seeing these Hellions, it's not weird. They could be going Hellions.
Yeah, it's just a common thing to see in TvT, especially if someone's going to go mech or such, but the elevator is certainly a bit odd. You go put all these Marines on hold position. This is...
Oh, God.
This is going to bypass that entirely. There's a Banshee that's moving out. If this stays at home, it can defend.
Right. It's probably gonna be close enough that he pulls it back if he remembers that he has it. But he has to notice this is here.
Some SCVs.
Okay,
he sees it. He sees it right away, but he
no,
pulls it back. Oh no!
Whoa!
You never line him up. You never line him up. Bottom line.
It's been a lot worse. Seriously.
Actually, the Marines are. It's not done yet though. The Marines can't hold this.
No, they can't.
He picks up one of the low Hellions.
He needs that Banshee back home.
Alright, 7 workers dead.
Oh,
There's
Bloop,
the tank.
he blooped.
He blooped? Where'd he blooped? What are we talking about here?
Up.
Oh, he lines them up for the other Hellions. Oh!
God.
Oh! Everything are so close to dying, but it's just barely not quite dead. One more blast would have done it, but still 12 workers down at this point.
Ooh, 6 save.
It's, I mean, yeah, that was actually a really nice pickup. A hot pickup. A Viking at home holds. This is really not going to be too problematic. These Hellions still have a lot of killing potential. Yes, there's a tank protecting the mineral line, but I think the bottom line for this comes down to the fact that it's 11 workers mining versus 22.
You even managed to stop the command center from building, so Lillekanin's going to be a lot faster.
What happened to the Viking in the main? Okay, it's AFK is what it is.
His command center also stopped, so never mind. That Marine isn't his, by the way. That Marine is just adding damage, and like I don't care.
CV's killed it and exploded in blood. Wow, so vicious. But he's gonna unload here in the main. Once again, there's the tank, but it's gonna be distracted. So SCVs are rallied and running. The problem here too. The mule's gonna go down. The medevac has wasted so much energy healing up all these SCVs. There's actually no energy left to heal the Marines if a fight comes.
Bloop's command center finished a lot faster now. He just hasn't been able to get an SCV over there.
Okay, it's not gonna die. That Banshee was the one real thing that would have given him a chance to get back in the game. He did kill quite a few SCVs with it. Obviously not as much as his opponent, but Lillekanin, actually with a Raven going back home. A little bit surprising.
It's 15 SCVs to 20. It's not that bad. And with the faster command center.
Yeah, the mules won't make up for it, but there's so much lost mining going on here. Like, I wish there was a stat tracker for, like, estimated lost minerals through, like, not mining or something. Like, as dumb as that sounds to say, because these SCVs have been playing Ring Around the Rosie for this whole game. I mean, quite frankly, the last 2 minutes has just been constant fear, panic, and running.
Mm-hmm. Well, this game isn't really that far away anymore. Bloop had
hang on. If Bloop had stim or something, I'd say he'd be in a pretty good spot. But he's got no tech behind this.
It's usually pretty okay in TvT though. I mean, even without major SCV damage, stim can be delayed up to like 12 minutes, and they can still go bio. It's one of the rare. It's a weird matchup sometimes. Helen's doing more damage in the main. Man, I can't believe he's trying to. He's so good.
Medevac's still alive, yeah. Where's the Viking, right? Oh, actually, I like this boost. This is gonna catch the Medevac.
Sick boost, sick.
Wow, that was actually really good out of Bloop. About time he had something to go right for him. He scouts. wait, he scouted, but he didn't want to go kill the tech lab.
I guess he didn't see he was researching.
Back at home, the orbital's so late for Lillekanin. So you know what, that SCV deficit becomes even more problematic for Lillekanin, because not only does his opponent catch up, he's already mining off the other base, and he's been dropping mules for a while.
Yeah, I actually think Bloop's in a really good position. Starport is going to go down, maybe not before Cloak finishes.
Oh, if he unloads the rest of the Marines, maybe. Unload the rest of the Marines!
What you doing there?
Oh, now with the Hellions to defend, should be okay. So Cloak will finish. Back at home, where did that Viking go? The Raven's there. Put down a point defense drone. Stop all damage. Wait, Raven, why you do this? Why you watch your brothers die?
I don't know. Both Banshees doing damage. This is kind of funny, and Bloop's still taking the worst losses. 25 kills to 11. So, oh my God, the Hellions, Jesus! Stop.
They keep sneaking by. These guys are sneaky ninja Hellions. Main once again. This time, actually, some of the SCVs will get out alive, but this just draws the attention away from the natural, where the Banshee, still with 8 kills on it, has been going ham. 2 more Hellions waiting to catch the SCV survivors.
Oh,
this is just so dirty at this point. I mean, the thing is, we're watching Bloop make some really cool moves in the game, like the boosted medevac with the Marines to pick off that other medevac, picking up the SCVs right now to save them from the damage. Bloop has got a good idea of how to play this game, but the problem is he's just not ready to deal with the weird tactics from Lillekanin. And before, the SCV deficit wasn't that big of a deal. Now it kind of is. 11 to 30. Both players with 2 orbitals. Lillekanin, it's his game to lose at this point, I feel.
Yeah, he's still losing SCVs too. There's a Banshee back up there. It's just... He was actually pretty okay, I swear. But then he just lost another 20-something SCVs, and now he's back to a pretty bad situation. And now at 14 minutes, the fact that he doesn't even have a tech lab on his barracks, that's really becoming a problem.
Yeah. This rally to come back home is so farm. I'm really shocked that Bloop let this go away for as long as it had. I mean, those 8 Marines in that medevac earlier really could have made all the difference to the game. Denying Cloak, we never would have seen so many deaths over here. But it's a lot of what ifs. Coming to engage this army. Now, it's granted, Lillekanin actually doesn't have that big of an army right now. He doesn't have any tanks to deal with, but quite frankly, he's in a position where if he clears out the Marines, he could probably honestly pull SCVs, double Secret Missile one of the tanks, and be good to go. Yeah. I mean, there is no desperation move here for Lillekanin.
He's run away from the Secret Missiles and then runs into...
Oh!
Sweet.
Nice pickup out of Bloop. I'm really loving his medevac control this game. I'm really impressed with it, quite frankly.
You just never think of it, you know? It's really not a question of, hey, do it. You just never think of it.
Yeah, and the SCV pull as predicted will drive this bet, so holding on strong here is Lillekanin. Doesn't even take any real worker losses while this is going on. Bloop not taking any damage at home, perhaps for the first time this entire game, but a little bit irrelevant because his attack, I mean, that was kind of a desperation move. That was I got to do some damage right now, and he really just didn't.
It's not, that wasn't a bad idea. It was just the commitment that was bad.
Yeah.
It's, if you can do damage, great. If you can't, then you just go home. This sounds great. You're like, I got a tank in the main, but it is so few units, it's actually not good. Bloop will lose everything.
Yeah, the tank might have been better off in non-siege mode, actually, because then he could have at least picked it up, right? But
yeah,
gets out of there with what he can.
Oh, these Hellions are like, whatever, bro.
It's no defense at home. It's just Marines, and guess what, guys? Hellions are pretty good against Marines.
Yeah, Lillekanin looking really good. Third command center is a lot faster for Bloop, and if Lillekanin is being really passive, Bloop can still come back into this game, even with a like a 16 supply difference. What's really problematic is that he's not going to be able to apply any pressure to Lillekanin.
The mineral lines, man.
Come on, you have Marines.
At this point, I don't know how to judge Bloop. He's done so many really good, really cool things, but then also taken real needless losses and let things slip where they shouldn't have.
You know what the easiest way to stop this from happening is, really?
A wall?
Use your supply depots to wall.
Yeah.
I swear it's worthwhile. Yes, you can potentially be sieged up later in the game and lose supply depots, but you know that his tanks are so far off. You know that he's relying a lot on Hellions. Just wall.
It sounds like a joke, though, but with the amount of times Hellions have slipped by, even if it's not the full off out here at the natural, do what Lillekanin did, you know? Just put the wall off at the top of your ramp. You raise 1 or 2 depots and suddenly... Like, actually, you know what? If we could, like, rewind to real time if this was a replay, that would be the one point I'd go back to. When those Hellions ran up to the main for the 2nd time. I mean, that should never have happened, and if there was a wall down, it would not have. And I gotta say, if Bloop's able to pick up units at the last second to dodge Secret Missiles to bait out the Hellion hits, he's certainly got the control to lift a depot.
Trying to do whatever he can with the medevac is a really good idea. Any harassment at all is going to help you so much more. Lillekanin's still trying to work with the Banshees.
You know, at this rate, though, it's kind of getting a bit worrisome for Lillekanin. Like, he's got great control over the game, but it's the problem with every StarCraft 2 match, whether you're a high league player or not, the longer you give your opponent to recover, the better chance they actually will get back into the game. And in TvT, tank fire can make all the difference in the world. But Bloop just doesn't have a lot of tanks, sadly. Actually, I don't know if Bloop is... This sounds so dumb to phrase it like this, but I don't know if he's recognized that Lillekanin's going mech. He has to open the factory count now, but we didn't see any Marauder production until just now.
He really couldn't afford it.
Well, I know.
Just Marines a lot cheaper.
That's true, that's true.
So Bloop did get a faster 3rd command center, but it took much longer to go ahead and transfer over as it is now. Still down by about 20 SCVs, and he has no attack power. You know, there's no drops that he can do against a mech player.
You know, he lifted the starport and he re-proxied it. But you know what? Actually, going back to the Marauder count for a moment here, ignoring the cost efficiency of Marines, concussive shells would have also helped tremendously with all these Hellion run-bys, with any potential hellback cut he may have to do later on. I really wish he had recognized what this was sooner, and that could have been part of the problem. The tunnel vision that kind of ensued with the damage. Like, you're so busy focusing on the Hellions in the mineral line, you're not really looking at the information you've already scouted across the map, what your opponent's doing behind the scenes.
You know, a way that Bloop could potentially come back into this game, besides some really sick multitasking with Bio, when he finally gets up to a, 150 army, like a supply count, the other option would be, going for straight up to air and hiding it. If you can get like a Viking superiority and a bunch of banshees, Lillekanin could lose a lot of tanks really fast.
It's possible, but it's always very difficult because as a bio player, you're not exactly pumping 2 Vikings at a time, right? Like,
well, as a bio player, that's really behind, because sometimes the bio player can like really expand a lot, you know, and they get a lot of gas income, and they do start that very fast tech swap. But this would be like an all or nothing. Like, you put everything into the starport to try and take this one potential, and you like have no ground force, and it probably even then still wouldn't work. Lillekanin has a really good Viking count.
Well, this push is coming in strong. The Banshee's gonna get here with no detection. Could go straight for the tank. And that's what he's gonna do. Bloop just, I don't think he's got enough. The tanks on the high ground need to be on the low ground like 20 seconds ago. The Marauders could potentially be dropped if the Vikings weren't camping this. I mean, there's a lot of what ifs here, but I just don't think Bloop's got it.
Lillekanin still being very cautious, doesn't want to just, you know, go ahead with the unsieged tanks because it looks like he has an overwhelming force.
Good defense at home too. I mean, I like the attempted drop there out of Bloop. It was a good move, but Lillekanin was kind of ready and waiting. Main base being scanned right now like crazy. Both players just looking for options to engage. I mean, this is the frustrating reality for Lillekanin. He's got this massive army, but he can't 8 move into his opponent's siege tanks. That's what throws the game, and that's what causes him to lose. So he's playing it a little bit safe, a little bit paranoid for the time being, but he's putting double starports behind us, getting ready to go for that big transition. But Bloop is taking so much damage without getting a positional advantage. This is not looking so great. He breaks a lot of the Hellbats, but there's nothing left to take care of the tanks. So with all the Marines dead, nothing to stop Banshee. GG finally called. Hellions, man! Hellions!
Man, it was just so disappointing because he looked like he was okay after taking a big loss, but then he took an even bigger loss, and you're just like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, so Lillekanin takes game number 1. Again, this is a deciding